Okay, guys, what's going on? It's Kezon McNeill. Thank you for checking out today's episode on interview tips. So today we are going to discuss salary negotiations. Can be very tough. It can be very uncomfortable for individuals, and I know it's a hard subject for most people. But today I'm going to give you some tips on how to overcome that. It's very simple. Don't panic. The salary portion of the conversation is a chance for you to really get what you want, because let's be clear. Most people, when they start jobs after you've been there for a year, you're about to go in for your salary review and you're like, I hope I get more than 3%, or man, I should be making $10,000 more. Let me tell you something. It's not going to happen unless you came into a company with some type of referral, some type of relationship where you know you're going to be getting these bonuses and these one-off raises and things of that nature. For most people, it doesn't work like that. Once you negotiate your salary, unless you're getting some type of bonus, you're going to probably be relegated to just the standard cost of living raises, which is about 3.5%. And that's not even beating inflation right now. So I've seen some instances where people maybe get a 5% or 4.7% raise, and it's almost laughable. So what you need to do is when you're in the interview, and they're going to always bring it up. So what are you looking for in terms of salary? So this is very simple. Keep it just like this and you'll be fine. What you're going to say is, now, let me just backtrack a little bit here. Let's just assume you're making 100K right now, right? And you're interviewing. And ideally, you're looking to make 110 to 120K because you want that bump, right? From that 100K that you're making currently. So what you're going to do when they start asking you that question is, well, currently I'm interviewing for jobs in the $110,000 to $120,000 range. That's it. All you're going to say is, currently I'm interviewing for opportunities in the 110 to 120K range. Okay. And this is for you. This is, when you're looking to really get a raise, right? Now, if you're looking to take a lateral, obviously you're going to say, what you're looking for. I would probably be dead set against you just going for a lateral, because you're going to cry later, right? So again, if you're currently making $100,000 and you want to get that $10,000 bump at least, just let the interviewer know that, well, I'm interviewing currently for opportunities in the 110 to 120K range. This is going to help you in negotiation because you're really just looking for a 10K raise. So if you set the bottom at what you're looking for, and spread it out a little bit, a lot of times companies will try to meet you in the middle. Sometimes they'll give you the higher end, or sometimes they'll say, the max we can do is that bottom number. So surprise, you got what you wanted, right? But don't make it something that's overly complicated. Don't ponder over it. Don't feel like, I'm going to remove myself from consideration and they're not going to want me because I wanted this. See, those are all things that point to you not having confidence in yourself. Have some confidence in yourself, right? Like, go in there, right? Tell them, all they can do is say, what? No, that's way out of our range. Now, if they say, well, that's well north of what our salary range is, then you just follow up with, well, what is the range for this role? I'm still interested in the opportunity. Just be eager to know, interested to know, what is the salary range for this role? And then they're going to tell you, obviously it's going to be a lower number if they say they couldn't get into the range you recommended. Now you got to make a decision from there, right? But in making that decision, you can ask for things like, is there an opportunity for a sign-on bonus? Is there any bonus potential for production and things of that nature? And just kind of see if you can still get close to that number that you want. But in most cases, this is how I would handle that question. Just let them know I'm currently interviewing for roles in the 110 to 120K range. So that lets the interviewer know that you are interviewing in those interviews. This is the range those positions are paying. So said manager needs to know that, well, if we want to compete for this person's talent, we need to be in that range, right? So that's pretty much it. Use this. It's going to make all the difference, because let me tell you, when you go into a job, it's nothing like accepting a job and then regretting how you negotiated your salary. A year later, 2 years later, you're like, I should be making more. I should be this. They brought so-and-so in at this rate and blah. So to null and void all that, get what you want coming in the door. Get what you want. Now you can tweak this if you want to, set the range a little, maybe 10K higher, and your current salary is 100K in the same example. You say, well, I'm interviewing for roles in the 105 to 115K range. You control the narrative on that. But please, don't let it scare you. It's just a conversation. That's the most important piece of all of this. When you're interviewing, remember, you are interviewing them just like they're interviewing you. And just make it a conversation. Make the whole entire process a conversation. Yes, it's okay to be a little nervous, And I know in the climate of the job market today, it's tough. It's tough to even get interviews, So by the time you get to the interview phase, you're already beat up. And you're like, I made it to the interview. And but let's not forget the most important piece here. Let's get that salary negotiation correct. All right. Please use these tips. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. And if you are, please like, share, subscribe. Better yet, I'm sure you have 3 or 4 people in your cell phone right now. So you can click the share button and send this to those 3 or 4 people, because you may be all set, shout out to you. But there's someone out there who can use this information. So please share the information. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.